Hello, fellow translators. So, we're doing something a bit different today, and I've been given a couple examples of mistranslations, and I wanted to go through them quickly. I asked around just to my friends to send me some examples of mistranslations, and in fact, if you guys know of any that you'd like me to cover, to look over or something, feel free to let me know. But I thought I'd look at some mistranslations, mainly having to do with machine translation that have happened, and kind of going through and see how or why they happened, because there are tons of mistranslations that are happening, and as translators we can sort of figure out why they happen. So this is the first one that I received right here. I did not know about this one earlier. It's interesting, but apparently during the Winter Olympics in 2018, Norway's team sent out for 15,000 eggs by mistake. What happened was, apparently they meant to order 1,500 eggs, and by mistake they ordered 15,000 eggs. And apparently the chef's blamed a translation error, but it looks like a typo might have been at fault. Now, I think I know what the issue was here. And I remember when I saw this, I'm like, oh, I think I know exactly what happened. 1,500 in Korean is ilchonobik. So Koreans, please excuse my pronunciation, but I'll try to I'll try to explain what I think went wrong here, and you can let me know if you agree or not. So 1,500 is ilchonobik, and 15,000 is ilmano chun. If you notice what happened there, so in English and let's say most Western languages, you have numbers divided by thousands, right? So you have 10, you have 100, you have 1,000. Then you have 10,000, 100,000, a million, 10 million, 100 million, etc., right? However, in Korean, and the same is true for Japanese and Chinese, by the way, it's not every 1,000, but every 10,000 that it's divided. So in other words, you have like 10 is sheep. So basically, you have 10, 100, 1,000, and 10 and man, which stands for 10,000. Then you have 10 man, 100 man, 1,000 man, and then you have the next one. So if you're talking about, say, 10 man, it's not 10,000, it's 100,000, right? And anyway, this causes confusion all the time for tourists who are going to Korea or Japan or China or stuff like that. And it still causes issues for me here in Taiwan. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened here. What I'm guessing is right here, they used some automatic translator, something like that. And for 15,000, because when you write it in Korean, this comma would not be after the 5, it will be after the 1, right? Because it will be 1 man and then 5,000 after. And so they might have seen that and thought it said 1,500, but actually it said 15,000. My guess is that's exactly what happened. Again, a translator would know to look for this, because a translator who translates into Korean knows all this. But yeah, this can definitely happen. But let's go to the next one. Okay, so yeah, this one was sent to me. Nothing sucks like an Electrolux. Apparently, a Swedish company made this ad for the British market and then for the American one. Now, I had heard of this. What I had heard was that this was actually not a mistake. It's interesting because when I was in marketing class years ago, I remember hearing about stuff like how the Chevy Nova, when they tried to sell it in Mexico, it didn't sell anything because Nova in Spanish means it doesn't go. Or that I think it was Gerber was selling baby food and they had a picture of a baby on it, but they were selling it, I want to say it was somewhere in Western Africa, but in this country they're used to putting pictures of the product on the product, and so when people saw a picture of a baby, they thought it was made out of babies or something. All of these are, from what I've heard since then, they're all urban myths. And I heard the same thing about Nothing Sucks Like an Electrolux, that actually it was an ad for the UK in, I guess, the 60s, 70s, something like that. Right, the 60s it says here. And so the expression that something sucks to mean it's bad did not exist in the UK yet. And so that wasn't, people didn't see it as, oh, that sucks, or you suck, or whatever. It was just, nothing sucks like an Electrolux. And it was kind of funny, irreverent, and it apparently worked. That's what I've heard. Again, I wasn't in the UK during the 60s, so someone who was can maybe correct me if I'm wrong. But I heard, yeah, there were a couple of these things that we said were mistakes in translation, but at the end of the day, they were not. Let's move on to the next one. NPR meant to hail the year of the woman in Mexico and probably fell on his ass. Basically, I think you Spanish speakers can imagine what happened here. But 2018 in Mexico, I had not heard about this before either, but was El Año de la Mujer, and NPR tweeted out, anyway, they tweeted out ano instead of año. So instead of the year of the woman, instead of año, they wrote ano, which means anus. So they wrote the anus of the woman. This is the same in Italian, by the way. Anno with two N's is year, but ano, same as Spanish, with one N, has the same meaning as Spanish. So again, tourists, people learning Italian, stuff like that, they make this mistake quite often because the difference in pronunciation is often difficult to hear in Italian. Anno and ano for non-Italian speakers might sound almost the same. And here I'm guessing when they were typing, they forgot to use a tilde there, and so they just wrote ANO. But there you go. And again, any translator would know this. And any translator, by the way, who saw this written right away would think, oh, that looks wrong. Something's wrong there. I can tell something's wrong right away. And I know at least if I'm writing that in Italian, I can tell that right away. So yeah, again, a translator would be able to handle this. And the last one I'm going to cover is this one. I'd never heard of this one either. But apparently, se trata de Dolores del Campo, jefa de área temperatura de nada. So got translated of it's pain of field. So Dolores del Campo is obviously someone's name, but they literally translated the name. Campo means field. Del is of, so of the field. And Dolores, Spanish is not one of my languages, but I think dolor means pain. And they kind of, I guess the machine translation ran with it and decided Dolores is close enough to dolor, and so that means pain of the field. It's pain of the field, head of area of temperature of Spanish Center Metrology. Oh wow, I mean, I'm sorry, even this part just sounds bad, and you can tell this is not done by a translator. And again, a translator absolutely will figure this out and figure out. I think the rest of it is translated incorrectly as well. But again, a Spanish speaker can correct me and let me know what they think of that. Anyway, I just thought I would share these three and kind of cover why the mistake that I think happened. And I think as translators, a lot of these seem obvious and we can see the mistake that happened. But for people who are monolingual or who don't deal with translation or don't deal with those languages, they don't know. And so these mistakes happen. And anyway, I think it's good to kind of talk about it and spread the word about how these mistakes are happening all the time. We translators can deal with it, but non-translators can't. And that's the problem with machine translation, the problem with AI. They will not let you know if they made a mistake, and you're going to have to deal with the consequences. Anyway, that's it for now. I thought this was interesting, and I wanted to share it with you guys. If you have any other examples, please feel free to let me know. If you want to hear more about translation and stuff like that, feel free to subscribe. If you found this useful, please click like and all that good stuff and share it with all your friends and all your enemies and all your frenemies alike. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Thanks, bye. Savedum.